What if the secret to looking 10 years younger wasn't in a jar, wasn't in a procedure, but waiting right at your stylist's chair? For women over 70, the right layered haircut doesn't just change your hair. It transforms your entire presence. It erases visual weight, sculpts your bone structure, and injects vibrant movement where stiffness once lived. Welcome to Ageless Styles. Where in the world are you watching from today? Drop your location in the comments, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. Let's dive in. Hairstyle number 1. The collarbone skimming layered lob with shattered ends. This precision cut lands exactly where your neck meets your shoulders, creating an elongating vertical line that adds inches to your neck and draws the eye upward toward your face. The shattered, texturized ends eliminate blunt weight that ages fine hair, replacing it with soft movement that catches light from every angle. Interior layers remove bulk at the nape while maintaining perimeter length, so your silhouette stays elegant without the helmet effect. This cut works miracles on thinning hair by creating separation between strands, making sparse areas appear fuller through strategic removal rather than addition. Gray strands gain luminosity as light reflects differently across each textured layer. Style with a medium round brush and blow-dry downward for sleek sophistication, or diffuse with fingers for effortless body that lasts days. This lob performs exceptionally for oval, heart, and diamond face shapes, adding softness to angular features while maintaining structure for rounder faces when layers concentrate below the chin. Women with fine to medium density see the most dramatic transformation. Interior point cutting removes just enough weight to encourage natural lift without sacrificing coverage at the crown. For styling, apply a volumizing mousse at the roots before blow-drying, then finish with a lightweight texturizing spray to enhance separation without crunch. Maintenance requires trimming every 7 to 9 weeks to preserve the collarbone skimming length. Any longer and the elongating effect diminishes. When consulting your stylist, request soft internal graduation starting at the occipital bone with face framing pieces that begin at the cheekbone and taper toward the collarbone. Avoid excessive layering around the ears if you wear glasses, as this can create bulk where frames rest. This cut beautifully accommodates balayage or dimensional gray blending. The shattered ends allow color to melt naturally without harsh demarcation lines. For women experiencing temple recession, ask your stylist to leave slightly longer pieces at the front corners to softly disguise widening parts while maintaining the cut's integrity. Hairstyle number 2. The micro-layered pixie with crown elevation. Don't let the word pixie intimidate you. This isn't the severe boyish cut of the past. Modern micro-layering on top creates subtle dimension without sacrificing elegance. Tiny, feathered layers starting 2 inches back from your hairline lift the crown naturally, combating the flatness that makes mature faces appear heavier. The sides remain softly tapered, not shaved, to maintain feminine softness around the jaw. Wispy layers around the ears camouflage widening gaps while drawing attention to your eyes and cheekbones. This cut requires minimal styling. 1 minute with a small round brush at the roots creates lasting lift that makes your entire face appear awakened. Women with fine hair report this cut makes them look instantly more energetic, while those with thicker textures appreciate how layers release weight without sacrificing shape. The micro-layered pixie whispers confidence without shouting trendiness. It's ageless, not age-appropriate. This style delivers maximum impact for square and round face shapes by softening jawlines through strategic layering at the temples and nape. Women with thinning crowns benefit enormously. Microlayers create optical fullness by breaking up sparse areas into intentional texture rather than exposing flat patches. For styling, use a pea-sized amount of root-lifting cream applied to damp hair, then blow-dry upward with a concentrator nozzle focusing on the crown. Finish by gently separating layers with fingertips. Never brush after drying, as this collapses the carefully engineered lift. Maintenance is surprisingly low. Trim every 6 to 8 weeks to preserve shape, but the cut grows out gracefully during the interim. Communicate with your stylist using precise language. Micro-point cutting on the top section only, leaving the perimeter at 1.5 inches with soft graduation at the nape. Avoid razor cutting if your hair is wiry or gray dominant, as this can create frizz. Opt for shear over comb techniques instead. This pixie pairs beautifully with statement earrings that would be hidden by longer styles, and it eliminates the daily struggle of styling thinning hair. For women with prominent forehead lines, The slightly longer front section can be swept diagonally across the brow to soften without the aging effect of heavy bangs. Gray hair shines in this cut. The varied layer lengths catch light differently, creating luminous dimension that solid lengths cannot achieve. If you've worn long hair for decades, ease into this transformation by first trying a textured bob before committing fully. Many women discover this cut feels more authentically them than styles they've maintained out of habit. Hairstyle number 3. The shoulder-length soft shag with curtain bangs. This is layering mastery for women who aren't ready to go short but crave transformation. Long layers begin at the chin and cascade downward, creating movement that eliminates the dreaded triangle shape aging hair often creates. The magic lives in the curtain bangs, softly parted in the middle and blended seamlessly into face-framing layers that start precisely at the cheekbone. These bangs draw immediate attention to your eyes while gently disguising forehead lines without the heaviness of blunt bangs that shorten the face. Interior texturizing throughout the mid-lengths removes weight that pulls hair downward, allowing natural bounce to emerge. The result? Hair that moves when you move, swaying gently as you walk, shifting elegantly when you turn your head. This cut grows out beautifully over 8 weeks, maintaining its flattering shape as layers soften further. It works on every texture. Fine hair gains body through strategic thinning, thick hair gains manageability through weight removal, and wiry gray hair softens dramatically as layers encourage natural flow. The soft shag delivers exceptional results for long and rectangular face shapes by adding width at the cheekbones and jaw to create balanced proportion. Women experiencing overall thinning find this cut transformative. Interior layers create the illusion of density through separation, while the intact perimeter maintains coverage. For styling, apply a lightweight mousse from mid-lengths to ends, then diffuse on low heat while scrunching upward to enhance natural texture. For sleeker days, use a round brush focusing only on the front sections while allowing the back to dry naturally for effortless contrast. Maintenance requires trimming every 8 to 10 weeks. The curtain bangs need attention every 6 weeks to maintain their face-framing precision. When speaking with your stylist, specify long layers starting at the jawline with disconnected curtain bangs that blend into the front layers at the cheekbone. No hard lines. Avoid excessive layering at the crown if you have a high forehead, as this can draw unwanted attention upward. This cut harmonizes beautifully with lowlights around the face to enhance dimension. The varied layer lengths allow color to cascade naturally. For women wearing reading glasses, the curtain bangs frame the upper face without interfering with frames resting on the nose. If your hair is predominantly gray, request your colorist add subtle tonal variation. Ashy tones on some layers, silver bright on others, to maximize the light-catching potential of the textured cut. The soft shag requires minimal product investment. One volumizing mousse and one texturizing spray handle all styling needs. Women with arthritis or limited hand mobility appreciate this style's forgiving nature. Finger styling creates intentional texture that looks polished without precise technique. Hairstyle number 4. The asymmetrical layered bob with deep side part. Precision asymmetry creates instant visual interest that distracts from aging features while highlighting your best assets. The longer side schemes just below the chin on one side while angling upward toward the ear on the other, creating a slimming diagonal line that elongates round faces and softens square jaws. Layers concentrate on the longer side to maintain fluidity, while the shorter side features micro-texturizing to prevent spikiness. Paired with a deep side part, never center. This cut breaks up facial symmetry that can emphasize aging. The side part also creates the illusion of fuller hair at the crown, while drawing attention away from thinning areas. This style requires minimal effort. Blow dry with a round brush following the natural angle of the cut, then finish with a light cream to enhance separation. The asymmetrical bob telegraphs modern confidence without sacrificing sophistication. It says you're current without trying too hard. This cut performs brilliantly for round, square, and heart-shaped faces. The diagonal line creates optical slimming while softening angular features. Women with thinning on one side of the part benefit significantly. The deep side part redirects volume toward the fuller side while the asymmetrical shape disguises imbalance. For styling, apply a heat protectant cream to damp hair. Then blow dry using a round brush pulled diagonally downward following the cut's natural angle. Finish with a tiny amount of smoothing serum on the ends, only to prevent frizz without weighing down the asymmetrical lift. Maintenance requires trimming every 6 to 8 weeks to preserve the precise asymmetry. This cut grows out less gracefully than others, making timely trims essential. This style works beautifully with dimensional color. The longer side showcases color depth while the shorter side reveals subtle undertones as you move. For women with prominent nasolabial folds, the diagonal line draws eyes along the jaw rather than toward the mouth area. If you wear statement necklaces, this cut's neckline exposure creates perfect framing. Unlike longer styles that compete with jewelry, women with fine hair should avoid excessive texturizing on the shorter side, which can create flyaways. Request soft notching instead of point cutting for cleaner edges. The asymmetrical bob photographs exceptionally well from your dominant side, making it ideal for women active on social media or frequently photographed. Gray blending works elegantly here. Ask your colorist to place brighter tones on the longer side to catch light and create movement as you turn your head. Hairstyle number 5. The textured long bob with interior carving. For women keeping hair past the shoulders, this technique revolutionizes aging length. Instead of exterior layers that create frizz and bulk, interior carving removes weight from within the haircut, like sculpting negative space inside a block of marble. The perimeter remains intact for elegance, but hidden layers inside release heaviness that pulls hair downward. The result? Long hair that actually moves, swaying with body rather than hanging like a curtain. Face framing pieces start at the temples and taper softly toward the collarbone, creating a halo effect that lifts the entire face. This cut specifically addresses the number one complaint of women over 70 with long hair. It weighs my face down. Interior carving solves this without sacrificing length you love. Style by applying mousse to damp hair. Then rough dry with fingers until 80% dry before finishing with a round brush only on the front sections. The interior layers will create natural separation, while the intact perimeter maintains polish. This cut delivers remarkable results for oval, diamond, and long face shapes, maintaining length while eliminating the aging effect of heavy, straight hair. Women with thick or coarse textures experience liberation. Interior carving removes up to 40% of weight without visible shortening, transforming unmanageable hair into fluid movement. For styling, use a volumizing foam at the roots and a lightweight cream through mid-lengths to enhance separation without frizz. Diffuse upside down for 3 minutes to activate root lift. Then smooth the surface layers with a round brush for polished contrast. Maintenance requires trimming every 10 to 12 weeks. The intact perimeter grows out gracefully while interior layers maintain their function longer than exterior cuts. When speaking with your stylist, use precise terminology. Interior carving using shear-over comb technique starting 2 inches from the perimeter, with face framing pieces disconnected at the temple and blended toward the collarbone. Avoid this technique if your hair is extremely fine and sparse. Without sufficient density, interior carving can create see-through sections. This cut pairs exquisitely with balayage or shadow roots. The hidden layers allow color dimension to emerge subtly as hair moves. For women with neck concerns, the collarbone skimming length creates vertical elongation without exposing the neck entirely. If you wear scarves frequently, this cut's movement complements draped fabrics rather than fighting against them. Women experiencing crown thinning benefit from the lift created by weight removal. Hair naturally rises when not pulled downward by heaviness. For styling simplicity, this cut air dries beautifully with just mousse, ideal for women prioritizing low-maintenance routines. These 6 transformative styles prove that strategic layering rewrites the narrative of aging hair. Your hair should reflect the vibrant woman within, not society's narrow stereotype for women over 70. Layered cuts shatter the mold of mature styles that whisper invisibility. They shout presence. They communicate that you're engaged, current, and beautifully alive. Thin hair becomes an advantage through strategic removal that creates density illusions. Gray hair gains luminosity as varied layer lengths catch and reflect light. Movement defines every age-defying cut we've explored. Stillness reads as stiffness. Motion reads as vitality. Each layer serves purpose, creating bounce, flow, and dimension whether subtle or dramatic. Even the most conservative woman embraces this through microlayers revealed only in motion. When executed with precision, observers won't pinpoint what makes you look younger. They'll simply feel the shift in your entire presence. This is layering's ultimate success, working subconsciously on others while consciously empowering you. The transformation demands no months of waiting, just 90 minutes in a stylist chair. One appointment, one decision, one walkout forever changed. Your reflection shifts from, I look my age to I look my best. And that distinction changes everything. Aging beautifully means amplifying essence, not erasing years. Layers don't conceal your age, they highlight your spirit. They don't fight time, they dance with it. Every strand lifted by strategic cutting becomes a declaration. I am here. I am present. I am vibrantly, unapologetically alive. Your hair shouldn't whisper your age. It should shout your vitality. The scissors cut more than hair. They cut away outdated expectations, sculpt space for light, and engineer movement where stillness lived. This transcends haircutting. It grants visual permission to occupy space fully, to be seen completely. Your next chapter deserves a silhouette matching its energy. That silhouette begins with layers, strategically placed, intentionally crafted, brilliantly transformative. The woman you've become deserves hair that moves with her, lifts rather than weighs down, frames rather than hides. This is your moment to reclaim your reflection, not by turning back time, but by stepping fully into your power now. Layers waiting, transformation ready. You more radiant than you've felt in decades, are just one courageous cut away.